This one's a little different. Usually, I'm digging into props and costumes from other people's movies.
Go camera!
But today, I'm turning the camera on my own film. Yeah, I know it's a little self-serving, sure, but hey, it's YouTube. When I set out to make Fan-O-Rama, the goal was simple. Take a cartoon world of Futurama and bring it into the real world using practical effects. Just sweat, servos, late nights, and an alarming number of bad ideas. And out of everything we built for the film, there's one creation I'm more proud of than anything. Our life-size animatronic Bender puppet. This isn't just a prop, he's a character. And let's be honest, a blatant example of copyright infringement. So today, 10 years after the film wrapped, we're gonna try and bring Bender back to life. And if he works, awesome. And if he doesn't, well, that would also be very on brand. This is kind of a reunion from Fan-O-Rama, a film that most of us in this room worked on. How many years ago was it? 10 years ago?
10 years. Started 10 years ago.
We have Greg Ballora, a puppeteer extraordinaire who helped puppeteer Bender here. We have Katie, who played Leela and acted with Bender, the puppet.
And you're a bad influence on Fra.
Ah!
You know he'll do anything you tell him.
You still look weird with the two eyes to me. I'm just used to
unrecognizable
the one
right
personally,
now.
Yeah. We have Carson, who had nothing to do whatsoever with the production. And we have Martin, who was very instrumental in building Bender.
How long has it been since Bender has been turned on, brought back to life?
When we broke down the set, 9.5 years ago.
Are we sure it still works?
Well, I mean,
Mostly?
Mostly. So before we even think about turning Bender back on, I feel like I owe you a little context. First off, cartoon Bender and our Bender, they do not have the same proportions. The challenge was finding out how to translate a two-dimensional character, which cheats at anatomy, physics, and at poker, into something that could actually exist in the real world, without losing what makes him look like Bender. That meant months of trial and error. Adjusting his torso, rescaling his head, breaking him, fixing him, breaking him immediately after fixing him. And that was before we even got into his mechanical bits. Because this Bender isn't just a puppet, he's a machine. His head alone requires 4 different remote controls. 4 for one head. Which feels excessive until you try and make him blink.
Don't touch me.
So when I tell you we genuinely have no idea whether he's going to turn back on after 10 years in cold storage, I really mean it. Best case scenario, Bender lives. Worst case scenario, he wakes up, insults us, demands a drink, and dies yet again. All right, you ready to jump in and teach us about what puppeteering is supposed to be like?
I will do my best to share what I think I've learned over the years. How does that sound?
Thank you, Professor Gray.
Okay, so when you get hired onto a project like this, the first thing you have to do is make friends with your puppet. It's a tricky game of let's see what it can do and let's not break it. You're playing this game, right?
So you're not going to break Bender today?
No, I can't promise that. In my opinion, and the puppeteers who have never built a puppet break things and are often really a problem to deal with. So I think people who've done a bit of both bring the worlds together.
Using the remote, it's a much more comfortable kind of setup to focus on one little thing. When you're working on the hands and the arms,
they're big, they're practical, and they're heavy. Like there's weight to these things. You have to be really careful doing arms because you're usually not leading the action. You're accenting the action. Usually the head is going to guide everything. This is the kind of thing that Henson kind of was forward thinking about, is whoever was in charge of the head was in charge of the character. And from my thinking, the whole reason is the eyes tell you what the character is thinking about. And if we believe he's looking at something, then we believe he's thinking. In this case, that's split up amongst more than one person, because you got somebody controlling the head that's going to drive where those eyes go. Then you got somebody else working the actual eyeballs themselves.
Right.
And I think we should sort of start with that now. We'll power them up and we'll fire up the radios and we'll very carefully go through what all the axes of motion are.
So you're probably wondering who this guy is. This is Greg Ballora. It didn't just take one puppeteer to bring Bender to life, it took a team. Greg plus 5 other puppeteers, all working in sync to make him move, emote, and feel alive on camera. And backing all that up was Bill Sturgeon and his team at Mike Azalde's Spectral Motion, the folks who actually engineered Bender's internal madness. And I'm just going to say this. I blame Bill for getting me into this whole film mess. Because the moment he showed me what he'd come up with for Bender's mouth, that was the moment I thought, well, damn it. Now I have to make this movie.
Yeah, and we don't want to have it start off in a bad position.
Yes.
What I love is that the mouth starts
If
glowing
I turn
right
it on,
away.
you'll see the head will just
Here we go.
jerk. Ready?
Oh,
There we go.
Ka-chunk.
there we go. Okay.
So Martin, why don't we start with you because you got
Alright.
some big
So
movement.
this rotates the head,
I love that.
and then this is the
joystick.
joystick will gives us left and right leaning.
That's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, watching him power up is pretty phenomenal.
Oh, just waking up slowly.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
are. You can go a little quicker. We're all waiting on you.
So the upper lid.
Beautiful. Okay, now that's upper lid.
Around
There you
like
go.
Oh, it's this one only.
Because you've got one joystick that's controlling more than one motor, you've got 2 axes. So always think of working the diagonals.
I think Bender's got a lazy eye today.
How long has it been since he's had a drink?
Yeah, it's been a long
I
time.
think we need to get him
Yeah.
a beer.
I mean, this is big comedy, right? We love this. This is what we refer to as a very potent spice. It can only be used a little bit.
That's right.
Otherwise, you just look like you have no idea what you're doing.
Right. We forgot about one function that is on the eyelids.
Oh, that's right. It's the rotation up top. I forgot about this. You can see
Now
the
he's
lids
evil.
all totally rotate. It is a phenomenal mechanism.
So that's like Bender's version of eyebrows telling emotion.
Yep.
Exactly.
It totally reads his eyebrows, even though it's not. I think the mouth was the thing that surprised me the most when we first saw this thing come alive, because it is so unique and so weird. And I looked at it and was like, I don't know how they did that.
Does the person that operates how the mouth moves, is that also the person that's doing the voice of the character?
Maybe. Almost always there's going to be a puppeteer on set who's doing the lines. So you're setting the timing. You gotta work to something.
So our lead puppeteer on Fan-O-Rama was Victor Yared. And yeah, you should absolutely look him up because his resume is ridiculous. Victor brought in his whole crew, including Greg, and together they handled the full physical performance of Bender on set. Victor was also doing the voice of Bender during filming. And honestly, he did a really solid job. Not perfect, but solid.
That was well worth the wait.
So in post, I decided to bring in voice actor Brock Baker to do a final overdub. It's not John DiMaggio, but it's close enough to make a lawyer nervous.
Mostly a puppeteer is going to be either watching the puppet or looking at a monitor. And a lot of times we have to look at a monitor of what's going on so we see exactly what the cameras see. Because sometimes we'll be underneath the set or behind the furniture or inside the furniture. So you have to have something that lets you know how you look the whole time. So the last thing we need to talk about are the arms. Now, when we did Fan-O-Rama, we actually did the legs and a full moving shot at one point. I don't think we're going to try and do that today. We don't have enough people.
We had like
and
6 people and
yeah.
green screen. And
It's really
it was
a big
hell.
deal. The thing that beginning puppeteers do is wave the rods. And then when the puppet is talking, they want to lip sync with the hand. These are the things that drive me crazy.
Maybe the puppet's Italian, though.
Even an Italian puppet doesn't do that all the time.
Just saying, we.
Don't say. Less saying would be good from you.
All right, so before we go any further, I need to manage expectations. What you're about to see is not Bender as he appeared in Futurama, or for that matter, Fan-O-Rama. This is Bender without 6 professional puppeteers, without Victor running point, without Greg on controls, and without Brock giving him a voice.
That's me, baby.
So no, this is not a full performance. This is Bender on a budget.
Where am I? What happened here? What year is it?
2025.
Ooh, really? Let me guess, you guys tried AI, you got scared, and you went back to yelling at toasters, huh? Oh, we are going downhill fast. This is going to be good. Hey, Dan, what have you been doing for the last 10 years?
Lately, I've been working on a YouTube show.
A YouTube show? Wow. So I've been asleep for like 10 years and I still got more done than you did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. It's about movie props.
I remember. You're the meatbag with the prop hoarding addiction. I wonder if they have a medication for that yet. You got any little purple pill or something? Dan's idea of a really wild night, polishing his Blade Runner gun while whispering sweet nothings to a fake dragon. And they say robots are the weird ones.
So who wrote your material, ChatGPT?
That's a cruel joke, Dan. Sick and cruel. But accurate. Dan, tell me, what kind of movie props have you got?
How about Indy's whip?
Uh-huh.
Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings? I've got Short Circuit? Deckard's blaster? Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah, right, wait a minute. You were saying something? Sorry.
Bad Robot.
Ooh, kinky. So, Dan, whatever happened to that kid who played Fry? What was it, Carl or,
You mean
Fred?
Cody?
Oh, Cody, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so Cody's an auctioneer now.
Huh. What do you think I might be worth on the open market?
I'd have to pay them to take you.
Oh, you hurt me, Dan, you wound me. What if you sold me off in pieces?
Well, I would imagine your shiny metal ass would go for some good money.
That's the best part, baby. It'll be perfect for my OnlyCans page. Woo!
I'm gonna be honest, I did not think Bender on a budget would work as well as he did. Somehow he's still funny. Now that I've got him powered up again, I can feel the bad ideas starting to form. Maybe a Bender talk show. Late night, obviously. Or maybe Dr. Bender, same confidence as Dr. Oz, with twice the quackery. Or maybe Bender legal advice. Copyright infringement for dummies. Bender's back, baby. Just needs a better guest.